Prior to the 2021 NHL entry draft, there was lots of talk about which prospect would be selected with the number 1 overall pick. Throughout the rankings, the one player that was consistently ranked number 1 by most scouts and scouting reports was a 6'6" Canadian defenseman playing at the University of Michigan named Owen Power. And while he had a very impressive freshman season for the Wolverines, putting up 16 points in 26 games, this year he is starting to show us all why he was the first player taken in that 2021 draft. Prior to his freshman year in the NCAA, Power was busy playing in the USHL with the Chicago Steel on a stacked team that won 41-7-1 and likely would have won the USHL championship had their playoffs not been canceled due to the pandemic. Power had the most points of any defenseman on his team and also had more points than any other defenseman in the league, with 12 goals and 28 assists for 40 points in 45 games. That Chicago team also had a plethora of other NHL prospects, including Brendan Brisson, Sam Colangelo, Matt Coronato, and Mackie Samoskevich. Power would go on to have a strong freshman campaign at Michigan and would also get some good experience at the World Championships for Team Canada. He continued to gain ice time and experience as the tournament went along and actually helped Canada win gold at the event. He had 3 points in his 10 games during the tourney to lead all Canadian defensemen. The Big Dog, as his teammates like to call him, made the decision to return to Michigan for the 2021-22 season. This decision was definitely polarizing at the time, but with the Buffalo Sabres likely headed to the bottom of the standings yet again, it actually made a lot of sense for Power to go back to school on an already stacked Michigan roster and try to chase the national championship while continuing to refine his game and gain confidence. And I mean, if you look at some of the defensemen who spent multiple years playing college hockey recently, like Cale Makar and Adam Fox, it's turned out pretty well for them. At the time of this video, Power is currently lighting it up with the Wolverines. He's actually tied for first on the team in points with Kent Johnson. Both guys have 23. And Power is also currently leading all NCAA defensemen in points as well. And I think with what he's done so far this season, and if he keeps it up, he could be in the running for Hobey Baker by the end of the college year. Power has shown this season that he can provide the offensive spark that is so valuable in today's game, and that most of the great young defensemen in the NHL right now have. In addition, in his brief stint for Team Canada at the World Juniors this year, he was extremely noticeable and stood out big time on a team loaded with future NHL superstars. Power played so well he even had his first career hat trick in the game against the Czechs, and had a total of 5 points in the 2 games Canada played before the tournament was shut down. I think if that tourney had continued, we would have seen a very dominant performance from Power, as he was getting every opportunity to play and succeed, and stood out as the far and away best overall defenseman on the team and possibly in the tournament, with all due respect to Simon Edvinsson and Jake Sanderson. This year, Power has shown that he is a jack-of-all-trades type of defenseman. Not only is he solid defensively, but he can also move the puck extremely well, is an elite skater, and can provide quite a bit of offense, maybe more than most people thought at the time of the draft. Once Power arrives in Buffalo, where he will likely play next season or possibly at the end of this college season, he is going to be a huge piece to add to a team that is already starting to shape together a nice young roster, and with many more solid prospects in the pipeline. It'll be fun to watch both number 1 pick from 2018 Rasmus Dahlin, along with 2021 number 1 Owen Power. And if Buffalo can continue to build around those two, the future could finally be very bright for the Sabres. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Owen Power and how you think his game may translate to the NHL. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.